Hello and welcome to the Football Manager Super League channel. I'm Cam, also known as the FM Geordie, and today we are bringing you something totally different, totally exclusive, and just a bit different. So obviously, if you do watch the podcast, you will know I am a keen Newcastle United supporter. Home is St James's Park. That is my home. And people who do know me will say, if you haven't been to a game in ages, you try get a ticket. That's all I'm trying to say. I did used to have a season ticket a while back, but very difficult to get now. So we start this journey together as Newcastle United taking over. We are already 1 or 2 weeks into the season. And so this is from pre-season. We haven't played the first league game yet. That is a bonus. This is a re-record. Now, I didn't realise that the microphone wasn't working, so we are having to go back and start again. So there's already been some pipeline things. So I had bid for Pogba. That hasn't come through. He decided to go to Inter. And I've made a few signings, which won't come through for a little bit. So we will get to the first game of the season straight off, but I will show you my tactics. I will show you what's going on. And hopefully you'll enjoy this. So if you have got one moment and you really, really want to try and help this channel, please like and subscribe. It will be very much appreciated. I know I'm boring. I know people just don't really want to listen, but it's going to be good. I promise you it's going to be good. Like, I'm going to try and make this as fun as possible and do some challenges. Let the comments decide maybe a team selection one day. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm hoping to make this a regular thing throughout the rest of the season until 25 comes out. So that is the goal, is to win a European Cup or a European trophy by the time FM25 comes out. So we'll start by going and having a look at our squad. It's a very interesting squad, I must admit. So obviously you've got your usual suspects. As you can see, Joe Linton is injured for another 2 weeks. So I'm trying to work around how I can get on without Joe Linton. And the transfer front, ins and outs all over the shop. So the outs are just some kind of, your Emil Crafts, your Jamal Lewis's, a few others trying to loan out some good youth players that Newcastle do have. And then in terms of incomings, I've got, I know for a fact I'll be signing this guy, Alejandro Zengias. And I like him, 500k from CF America. Just having a look at him. I mean, he's not exactly the tallest. He's the Lewis Young of Football Manager. Shout out, Lewis. But he's very much a useful kind of central player, can probably play a little bit more forward. He's got that kind of pace, what you'd expect for a centre midfield player. He can play on that wide left, and he can actually play on the right hand side, further up in the attack midfield. He could become a very handy asset for us. And the other guy is Martin Baturina, and I would quite like him, but he's wanted by Chelsea, United, PSG, but I am the only one who's bid. But I don't think he will go without being loaned back to the clubs. And coming in as well is a young lad who's joining on a work permit thing. That's nothing to do with me. And then Divock Origi. And anybody who knows me and knows me on FMSL, I do love a bit of Divock Origi. He's just, he'll do the job for me in this. He will really do the job. And I think that's going to be kind of important. So there's a few players I do want to have a look at. And there's a few bits of positions that I think could be helped. And one of them is left back. Now, obviously, we do have Lewis Hall. Strong, dependable, can play in centre midfield. And I think one thing that we need to do is just make sure he's training as a left-sided player. Now, I think if we can get some kind of training sorted with maybe, we'll go with Stevie Purchase. I want to see if we can get him to dribble down the left front. Yep, there we go. Sorted. So we want Lewis Hall marauding down that left-hand side, showing us who is the boss. But in the meantime, I'm questioning, do we have enough? I mean, Dan Burn can play left back. It's not ideal. He's a bit slow, but we can deal with that. I do love Big Dan Burn. But I think Matty Target, again, he's okay. In FM, he's actually all right. Like, I don't mind a bit of Matt Target. But if we can get 20 million for the guy, bye-bye. You're 27 now. And looking into this midfield and strike force, I would personally like to play 4-2, like a 4-4-2 with two up front, because Wilson in this point, he's only 31. He's got 18 finishing, 17 composure, 15 determination. And with Isak as well up top, it's a big opportunity for Newcastle to get some good points. So I've had a look at it, and we could play 4-2-4, which would be ideal actually. We've got Bruno and Tonali, but then that means we've got a bit too many midfielders on the bench, which means then we're loaning out Lewis Miley. So it's working out the balance. Or we could do that some games. So we could go to something like this, and maybe if we can swap Wilson in there, that looks a lot better without even having to really touch anything. It looks like it could go further. Matt Target in at left back, Kieran Trippier, you can slip in. You can even slip in Dan Burn if you want to go for some heading. And then defensively, if we want to change some stuff up, there is only one option, but it's quite decent that we can have that set up as well. But we're going to go back to this, and we're going to put Joe Willock in there. And we're going to see how this will go against Manchester United. But we do want to have a look at some signings. So for me, my main areas of concern, central midfield, in that holding midfield role. But I think I can train that Alejandro. I can train him to kind of maybe sit back a little bit more, or I could find some youth player. Or I could focus on maybe putting Lewis Miley in there. Maybe. There is that. And I'd prefer another winger. So we do have 30 million in the budget, which is great. And if we can still get some money for the likes of Jamal Lewis and Emil Kraft, we can get probably, for me, 6 million, roughly. That would be ideal. Because it didn't get that far the last time. So it would be nice. So we've got Manchester United coming up. It's going to be a big test. But yeah, I will come back and let you in when we have a bit more of an update, because I think that will be more helpful for you than it will for me. Couldn't have more bad news if I tried. Sean Longstaff. He's out injured. So now I literally have a choice of, do I go 2-man midfield, or do I go 3 and have 1 sub? This is tough. So in the meantime, I have inquired about some players. Fran Perez was one, but I felt he'll want 70. Like, let's say he wants 65k a week. He has a lot of potential, but I need somebody for the here and now. Eric Martel, his wages for where he is and what he's going to be, as much as I like him as a player on this game, not really acceptable for me. So I have found a reasonable replacement. So Willot Swedberg, guy at Celta Vigo. Now, his physicals aren't much to look at, but he's not a bad little player. He's 19. He could grow. He might not. But I'm only paying 11.75 for him, so it's not a huge problem. But now for me, it's all about making sure I'm ready for this first game of the season against Manchester United. So, at the looks of things, I'm going to have Sven Botman back in at centre half. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to put Jamal Lewis in. Actually, no, I'll have to put Lewis. It does leave me with it if I put, yeah. Decisions. Because it means I do only have one central midfielder on the. It means I have two central midfielders on the bench. But if I take one out, it's going to be very difficult to choose your squad. Put it that way. We're just hoping that some more players come through the door. Middlesbrough make a Murphy offer, Alex Murphy. I thought that was Jacob Murphy. You're not getting Jacob Murphy. Staying. Lens come in for Kraft. Now, I'm going to sell the Kraft. I'm not doing this round the rosy thing. Bang. 6 million. Done. All right. Origi. Yes. The man, the myth, the legend, Divock Origi. He's come to join the Geordie Brigade. Welcome, son. He's joining the Geordie Brigade as a fringe striker on a not short-term contract, but I would say it's a pretty, for 2 years, it's not an awfully bad deal. So get the cells to say hello, how do you do? You are getting registered straight away because I'm struggling for players. We'll give Lewis Hall number 20 because that's a number he wears for Newcastle in real life. We'll give him number 40. But I am looking for Divock Origi. There we go, Divock. What number do we give you? Ooh, decisions. No, I'm going to give Divock Origi Jonas Gutierrez number 18 because I really do think that he's cultish like that. Jamal Lewis says goodbye to the Northeast and leaves for Wolves. Yes, I'll take that. Yeah, it's a couple of million in the bank. That is just replaced and given me more money than I had. So I will take that. So I've still got 500k to come out, which is going to take me just under the. It's going to take me just under 30 mil mark. Then if this Willock guy comes in, then we'll have a little bit more money. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to have a squad which is fit. Oh, work permit. No. Right. We want this work permit sorted. Carboni. Oh, he's one for the future. Definitely he's one for the future, Carboni, but he's not going to be playing for me. Yes, Alejandro Zendalas. He's just called Alejandro. Alejandro, my boy, he's joining. 500k, you cannot ask for more. He's so solid for 500k. And for me, I'm all about bargains. And if I can see, oh, fuck's sake, man. Dan Burn, what are you doing? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no. Right, okay. Right. It doesn't matter. He wasn't starting anyway. And that's all that matters. So he wasn't starting, so it doesn't matter. Jamal Lascelles can go on the bench as long as you don't have any more injuries. So there is that. So we'll ask. Hopefully, Lascelles doesn't break anybody or get broken, and we will register our good friend Alejandro, and we'll assign him. And I've already thought about this. Gonna give him the number 16 shit. So he's a bit versatile, and so he reminds me a little bit. Plays nowhere near the same position, but he's versatile, and he gives me a bit of the Ryan Taylor vibe. That I'll just play anywhere I'm told because he will. So we're favourites to lose. Without Jolin and Sean Longstaff and Dan Burn, so half the squad. And we will come back after some press conferences. So I'll not let you enjoy my rambling. So I've just went to press continue and look at the scouting report, and I've just seen something at the top of the page, and I don't want to look because it means I've got no centre halves. So we're just going to have a quick move. That's been delayed due to work payments, so I'm not going to get him in time for the match tomorrow, which is not ideal. Amarin doesn't know and loves my charm. And then Jamal Lascelles and Fabian Shaw have decided to fucking kick the shit out of each other during the game. Fan-dabby-dozy. It's just what we need. Hopefully, I mean, to be honest, I'm just going to give him... Just going to fucking give him an injection. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to play it safe. So we currently will have to play with Emil Kraft at centre half because there's no way I'm risking getting anybody else injured. Hopefully, in a day's time, they're all right. We'll have a look. We'll see what we can do because it's not ideal that all my players keep getting injured. They didn't the last time, so it's obviously something that's going on. But we can only do what we can do. Guru Kangol. Oof. Yeah. So, this is going to be interesting. Are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to beat Manchester United? That is all that we're bothered about. Can we do this? Middlesbrough, you want cool? Only if you're going to play him as a striker, though. Because that's what we want. No, okay, whatever. It's fine with me. So we're just going to start. We're going to start out like this. We're going to go for it from the first whistle because why not? We're already in the shit. We might as well go for it. So I've decided to go with unless can I play him when he's injured? That is just it's one of those things. We'll see if we can do it. Fuck it. We'll see if we can do it. So we're gonna start with Fabian Shaw. It's centre back with Sven Botman, Nick Pope and goal, Livramento and Trippier either side. Denali, Guimaraes in the midfield roles. Then Barnes, Gordon, Isak and Wilson. So we'll see how this goes. It's either going to go well or it's going to be a fucking train wreck. So we can only hope. We will see. We will see. Jamal and him have been past fit. That is brilliant news because that means one of them can go on the bench. I can't have two left backs on the bench. Usually not. Yeah, we can. We can have two left backs on the bench. We'll make this work. So we will see how this goes. We're just going to say this. If we lose this match, it's not the end of the world. So, yeah, we will see. I mean, it's a pretty strong lineup. We could go like this, switch it round, but I think, in all honesty, I think it don't really matter. So we're going to go for it. Currently, I've selected 650 outside the last year's squad. Yep, I have. That's correct. So let's get this show on the road. I just want to make sure captains wise, yeah. Tonali Jordan, fantastic. Right, so Kieran Trippier is going to take the armband. This is going to be fun. So sit back and enjoy this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time for FM. Getting a bit angsty. Getting a bit angsty. So we're at Old Trafford. We just, for me, it's go out there and impress me. Go out there and give me something. Go out there, show them what you've got. Go out there, score some fucking goals. Not hard. Yes, it's a wonderful day. My team's always going to score. We're in a good place. Happy days. We're not in a good place. Half the team's injured. And they've got fucking Johnny Evans on the bench. I mean, I hate when the AI plays this because you always know you're going to lose. But we're going to go for it. We're going to see how this works. Oh, it's trying to tell me I don't know how to play this game, which is probably true. We're going to just turn. I don't normally play with that on. So hopefully everybody can still hear me. If not, then that's an issue. But we will work through it. So this is going to be where it goes either great or terrible. So far, so good. In the last version of this, Southampton were top of the table, believe it or not. I think they were anyway. They were beating Arsenal 2-0 at one point. I'm going to have to go back and watch the old recording. But they were beating Arsenal 2-0 at St. Mary's. So we'll see. So Lindelof, Ugarte, Dorgu. And Nick Pope just jumps. Like, what the fuck? Just dive properly. I can't wait for FM25 to have some fucking realistic kind of gameplay. Because in any real scenario, goalkeeper saves that. It wasn't a good header. It wasn't a good header. And we should be playing for set pieces. I mean, we're just having none of the ball. It's not working. We're going to have to revert to something a little bit more different. We do need more possession. You're right, but it's just the way it is. So you're going to have to work a little bit harder. Well, work out this tactic. Maybe, just maybe, if we don't press so hard and we just sit back a little bit, we stop running the defence because we've got nobody running the defence with. Just get the ball in the box and see what happens. I think that's the most important thing. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, look at that. 7 shots, 2 on target. We've got to be doing better than this. We've got to be doing better. We've got to be scoring goals now. Anthony Gordon's knackered. Oh, dear. All right. Harvey Barnes, you're going to have to sort yourself out. You're going to have to go over there. We'll bring on Jacob Murphy. And we'll see how this goes. And we might look on. Yeah, you know what? We're going to bring Lewis Hall on. See if he can do some damage as a complete fullback. I would like to change my goalkeeper as well, but I know I need to get rid of Pope first, and I want to get some money from him, and I don't want to lose money. So I would like to change my goalkeeper. I've got a few ideas, so we will see. But Newcastle are just... Oh, why are you kicking it out for, man? He wouldn't have done it for you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, 70 minutes in and we're getting nowhere. So we need to revert to maybe changing things up a bit. So I'm going to do what most Newcastle fans would think is the absolute unthinkable. Is to bring on Lewis Miley and stick him in there. Leave Bruno Guimaraes on as a holding midfield player. Bring these two up. Play them as complete. Just play them as wing backs. Fuck them. Play them as wing backs. Get these guys sitting there. And we'll just see what happens. And I think if we can push just a little bit more, I think we could be there. But I think this is where we need to, go for it and not be afraid to fuck it up. We're gonna go for it now. So we'll see what happens. Come on, Jacob Murphy. Come on, run with the ball, kid. Run with the ball. That's it. We're not quick enough, and I think this is one of the things I need to look at. Maybe we should get some players with pace. Jacob Murphy, listen, come on. This isn't good enough from a Newcastle side. This isn't good enough. 11 shots and we've got 2 on target. We've got 2 of the best strikers in the game. One of them's up for the Golden Boot. Like, literally came up at the start of the season and saying, Callum Wilson is like on course to being fucking part of the group of people who should be top scorer. And Harry Maguire is playing an assist like that. Like, that is just terrifying. And we do have one stoppage left with 2 subs. Now, I'm going to take Isak off, which is probably very confusing, and bring on the new guy and play him as just... We're going to go with him and Melee. He's just so inexperienced. This is just going to be a train wreck. Him and Melee as Mazzala and an AP, and hope that we don't concede as we go forward in these last few minutes. This is risky, but we're going to do it. I mean, we're 1-0 down. We can only get beat by 2. So, come on. Bruno Fernandes taking his time at this corner. Fuck me. Pope, out, collect, go, go, go. Oh, it takes his time. I think that might be the end. Yeah, I think that's the end. I mean, I've tried everything. You've seen it. I've tried everything. There's nothing more that I can physically do. And they've got a corner. And they've scored. And it's Harry Maguire. Well, in the other alternate reality on this last one, we came away with a point, which I was quite proud of. But this has been an embarrassment. I don't think injuries pre-game have helped. But we've tried. So, do you know what? We had a lot of chances. We were on top, but you know what? Like, I think we can learn from this. So it's a shame. It's one of those things. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board to see here, and it wasn't the result I wanted. But you know, we're starting off the season away at Old Trafford. It's a hard place to go. So for me, you know, looking forward, we're looking for a new couple of players to bring in, whether they be youngsters or whether they be a little bit more experienced, just to bring something fresh into this squad. I think that's the main thing. If we can find something fresh to bring into this squad, the next few games will be a little bit easier. And I do believe, hand on heart, it would be a lot more fun for me when I'm playing this save than I've played a save in a long time, because I have an Ipswich save which I started at the start of the year, and I took them. I went. It was a Gateshead, took them up. Went to Ipswich, took them up. Then the Prem, and I got Champions League with them, and that was it. I haven't played it since. So for me now, this is where I want to be. I want to be making this content. I want to be doing this a little bit more now. I've got some more time. So we do thank you very much for watching. It is very much appreciated. And hopefully you can like and subscribe and just keep this up, because I know the people who will watch this, please do like and subscribe. You know I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I just want to make some good content. I want to make it fun, and I want to get people involved in the challenges and having a bit more fun. So yeah, if you can like and subscribe, that'd be great. Hopefully we will see you around. This has been the FM Geordie, and this is the Football Manager Super League YouTube channel. So we will see you around, and take care.